Hi guys, so today's video is going to be how I set up my new journal, so how I close off my old journal and how I then set up my new journal and kind of move into that. So there's a few pages I like to do when setting up and kind of a structure I like to do, but you should tailor it to how you want to journal. Your journal is something completely unique to you and it's got to be something that you're going to use, you're going to find useful. So literally just take everything I say with a pinch of salt and take things that inspire you and bin out stuff that you don't think is going to work for you. So the first thing I like to do is just set up a really nice space for myself, so a really nice environment. So just getting really cozy. I found just taking, these few hours that are just for me really helps, along with just the whole journaling itself. First, we just want to close off our old journal. So I left a few pages at the back to finish everything off. So what I like to do is just read through the journal cover to cover, if it's not too emotionally taxing, getting a feel of how you've grown, how you've changed, what's happened in your life since you started. Wow, it's really windy outside. And just taking the time to go over those memories and those feelings and those thoughts. Usually I have an index at the front of my journal, so I then write down key pages in the index and key memories and things that I want to be able to easily find. But this journal I kind of set up when I was in a weird headspace, so I didn't have an index for it, but that is just an option if you wanted to do it. I then just write the last pages, just summarising everything I've felt and learned, reading through the journal cover to cover, how I've grown, how I've changed, closing it off, and it's kind of like ending a chapter, taking the time to write that last entry and just close everything off. I then just go through my leftover scraps and random bits of memories that I have in physical form. This one had an envelope in, so I just chuck them all back there. Then I just add the final date to the journal. So on the front cover I have like my start date and my end date, and then that's your journal closed off. You can say goodbye to that one and we can start welcoming our new journal in. With my new journal, the first thing I like to do is just bend it and really wear it in. I really like that worn in feel of a journal. I wasn't happy with the front cover because it was just like kind of a blank notebook inserted into this like faux leather outsert. So I decided to get this piece of paper from one of my WWF boxes and just put that as the front cover, and it just looks so much better. The main thing about setting up your new journal is, whether it's as simple or as over the top as you want, just making sure it's something which you feel excited to write in, and that's what's going to really help with staying consistent with journaling. I then just got some scraps from leaflets and magazines, just going through, getting a bunch of stuff because I really like collaging in my journal. I don't always do it all the way through because I just don't have time and I just write random things. And if you want a more in-depth video of like how I journal, I can always make that for you. I then just started with my front page. You can do obviously anything you want. And I also just add the starting date. I then decided to do a mood board. I did this in my last journal and I actually really liked it. And I've done it because even though it's the end of February, starting 2024, but you can do this just in a new journal. It's that new chapter of your life. Just something you can always like flip back through. The next page I like to put in is the index. It's really just simple at the moment because obviously I'm going to fill that out at the end when I complete the journal. Next page I don't usually do, but this was just in the journal as I got it, and that was just a calendar page, so I decided just to keep it the same, just to collage a little bit. And this quote: "I stand barefoot in the garden and breathe deeply, gulping into my lungs the tissues of a moment," thinking about all the memories I'm going to have in here and things that are coming up. And then I just filled in the dates with like birthdays and things I knew that are coming up. I then just did this book page, which is again is new for this journal, but I've been getting really back into my reading again, so I just wanted a page where I could write down all the books I've read and kind of see how much I've read, and then obviously this will kind of fill in itself as I read more books. Again, new in this journal is a habit page, but I've been getting really back into my wellness habits and habits which just make me the most positive version of myself. So now it's time for our first entry. I decided to go to the beach and the sun was setting and it was just so beautiful and so wholesome. So that's your journal set up, your other journal closed off. I'd love to hear how you journal, how you set up your new journal in the comments below. So let me know, I'm really excited to hear and share our different ideas. And if you post any photos of you setting up your new journal or your journal spreads, be sure to tag me because I'd love to see them. If you like this video, give it a like. If you didn't, don't worry, and I'll see you next week. Bye!